Hey, Omnibus collectors, it's Riley. I've got another haul video for you. A few books came in the mail today. I'm not gonna lie with you, I don't feel great today. Luckily, I have a couple days off from work slash school, so hopefully I'm gonna be recouping. But I was really excited about this haul, and I couldn't wait to make a video to show it off to y'all. And I've gotten a couple questions about the books in here already, so I wanted to make sure that I addressed those questions. Also, note my wife won't be making an appearance on or off screen right now. She went off to a baby shower for one of her coworkers, and I'm left at the apartment myself to watch TV and read comics, which is basically uh, A+ time for me. So anyway, I've got three books that I received in the mail today. I'm extremely excited about all three of them. I'm gonna introduce them in order of least to most excited, but least being like on a scale from 1 to 10, like an 8, and then a 9, and then a 10 for these three books. So first, let's look at my 8 out of 10 level of excitedness book, and it's the Young Avengers Omnibus from Kieran Gillen and Jamie McKelvey. You can see that I got the omnibus variant cover for this omnibus. It's my first, as far as I can recall, my first variant cover. There's really two reasons that I got the variant cover for this one. One, I'm a huge fan of Scott Pilgrim, and this is by the Scott Pilgrim's creator, Brian Lee O'Malley. So it's a really nice cover. I never got the variant for the single issue, so I figured, that'd be nice, get the variant for the omnibus, and it's a really nice cover. I like the way it looks. Number two, because I wasn't really paying attention when I ordered it from In-Stock Trades, and they had only this one listed at 50% off. Should still be on there for 50% off. So I just clicked add to cart and then went ahead and checked out, and then later I realized that I got the variant, and I was like, it's fine with me. I'm not upset. So anyway, Young Avengers. This one's actually really thin, like Omnibus, more like OHC, am I right? I tried to make that joke to my wife, and she looked at me like I was stupid. But, you guys get it. But yeah, it's pretty thin. So I was excited to see this made because I knew that it was going to wind up being one of the thinnest omnibus we've ever seen released. It's only 15 issues plus some material for Marvel Now .1. This series ran for 15 issues. But it's really nice. I mean, it's not like it was super expensive. It was $50 cover price, so you can get it for 30 or less easily online right now. Like I said, 50% off at In-Stock Trades, so $25 for y'all in America. And I mean, it's a really nice looking book. It's thin, but it's definitely a nice one, and I really wanted it because I love to see all the nice artwork from Jamie McKelvey on these oversized pages. But I'm not going to really go into that much about it. Maybe one day if I do an Omnibus of the Week for it. But anyway, just wanted to note that while I was really excited for this to be released as an omnibus, I was also kind of upset because I was expecting a complete collection paperback. And while I always prefer omnibus, which is why I went ahead and grabbed it, all of Gillen's other material that has to do with like the Asgardian characters has been released in complete collections. His Thor run and his Journey into Mystery run have both been complete collection paperbacks, and I really would have liked this to line up with them, but I mean, it's an awesome looking volume, so I'm not going to complain. Maybe we can get a Journey into Mystery omnibus somewhere down the line. That's definitely something I've been hoping for a while. So anyway, the next book, this is my 9 out of 10 level of excitedness meant, I don't know what adjective. I'm sick. You know what? Just, I'm going to say words that don't make sense. I'm excitedness about this book. Captain America, this is the 4th Ed Brubaker omnibus, the trial of Captain America. Okay, so for y'all that don't know, and most of y'all do, this book is extremely awesome to have finally out because it's been so many years since the 3rd Captain America omnibus came out. The 3rd one being Captain America Lives, which ran through the Reborn miniseries. So after years and years and years of waiting, we finally get this 4th one. And not only do we get the 4th omnibus, but we almost immediately, like just a few months after this one was announced, and just a week or two ago, we get the announcement of the fifth and final one. So it's a really, really awesome time to be an omnibus collector if you've been collecting Ed Brubaker's run. Unfortunately, the first two volumes, Ed Brubaker, or Captain America by Ed Brubaker Omnibus and The Death of Captain America Omnibus, are very much out of print and hard to find. I was lucky to grab them back when they were easy to grab, and I got them for really cheap prices, but now we're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs until they hopefully release new printings of those books. And I hope they do, because for y'all's sakes, for everyone who didn't get to grab it before, I really hope that you guys get to grab it eventually with a new printing. So one of the questions I got was from my buddy Mitch out in Australia, who asked me if the spine was going to be the same. If you mean the spine on the dust jacket, then yeah, it's the same design as the spine on the other 3 volumes, so it looks like they're all going to line up correctly. One of the other questions was how the hardcover underneath the dust jacket was going to be, whether it was going to be the same as the old ones or if it was going to be like the new ones, and the answer is it's like the new ones. It's that, it's not that finish that it used to have, that like leather looking finish that they kind of did before. Instead, we have the new, just shiny looking, glossy, matte. It's like I don't know, whatever. It's the new finish that they've been using for the past year or so, which I'm fine with. I have no gripes with it. I didn't like it at first, but I'm used to it by now, and I'm not gonna delve into that right now. This isn't the time or place for that kind of stuff. But anyway, so I'm extremely excited about this one. As I mentioned, because it took so many years, to the point that we were thinking that it just wasn't going to happen, which would have sucked because, A, it would have sucked to have, 3 volumes and not the remaining chunk of his run in Omnibus, and B, because the material, some of the material in here is some of my favorite material from Brubaker's Captain America run. So this volume itself collects issues 602 through 619, that's the chunk I really love, which is the part where Bucky is Captain America after Steve comes back, after Reborn. So that stuff's some of my favorite work, especially the trial and No Escape and all that stuff, and it's got beautiful artwork. It also has the Steve Rogers Super Soldier issues 1 through 4 miniseries, which was Steve doing his own thing while Bucky was off being Cap. And then Captain America from the 2011 series, numbers 1 through 10. So the first half of that series, the second half of that one, and the Winter Soldier series, and then Captain America and Bucky will all be collected in the final omnibus, which is due out in several months from now. So this is a really nice book to have. Y'all Captain America fans, grab it. If you're a fan of Brubaker's run, grab it. I hope that you guys got the first 2 like I was able to. Otherwise, like I said, I hope they do a re-release of it, but this is a really nice looking volume. It's going to look beautiful on the shelves, and it makes me even more excited about getting that 5th volume, Return of the Winter Soldier, so we can all of us who've been collecting this, can finally have all of it collected across these 5 Titanic omnibus. It's going to be really great, and I just have to thank Marvel for finally getting around to releasing that. And now, drum roll on my knees. I don't know if you can even hear that, but I was doing a knee drum roll. This is the 10 out of 10 excitementness level. I'm beyond myself with this book. I'm not showing it too much because I'm not feeling great, but when this got announced, I was just through the roof. I was so happy that this was finally happening, and I've talked about it before. I've talked about it. People have been saying things to me about it, and I finally have it in my hands, and it's just good to have it. It's just good to have this existing, and that is X-Men, the Inferno Prologue, oversized hardcover. This book is just, it's a dream come true, really. For some of you, you're going to be like, so what? But for those of you like me, you're going to be like, this is a big one. This is really awesome. Why? Because As a lot of you probably know, I've been collecting all of Chris Claremont's run on the Uncanny X-Men through all of the Omnibus and Oversized hardcover releases, starting with, we've got Uncanny X-Men Omnibus 1 and 2, X-Men by Claremont and Lee Omnibus, the X-Men by Claremont and Lee Omnibus 1 and 2, and then there's a bunch of oversized hardcovers in between. We've got Mutant Massacre, Fall of the Mutants, Inferno. Inferno was my white whale for a while, and I luckily found it at a comic shop for cover price in Dallas. And then, what is it? Extinction Agenda. That's the other. So those volumes all together are like a bunch of the events that were going on, the crossover events, the X-overs, as they've been known to be called, between the omnibus, basically, and let me get my train of thought back together. There's been 3 gaps, essentially, in the issues. Let me learn you about this, people. The big gap is the one I'm not worried about, is the one between the second Omnibus and Mutant Massacre. I'm not worried about that because that gap, which is, I think it was around 50 issues or so, is probably going to be wrapped up in 2 more Omnibus volumes. I'm expecting we see X-Men, Uncanny X-Men Omnibus Volume 3 sometime soon, solicited. So I'm not worried about that gap. That gap, it's gonna be solved. The other 2 gaps were the ones that everyone's concerned about because it was a big question of how is Marvel gonna collect these? And a lot of people were expecting that they were just gonna put a random paperback out, but they were such a niche little collection that we never expected to see oversized hardcovers. And then one day, you know, everyone's minding their own business. I was at work. I remember exactly where I was. I was working that day. And I don't remember what site I was on. I don't remember if someone told me or if I just found out myself. I think I was browsing Hatchet at the time. And I came across X-Men Inferno Prologue hardcover. And it was listed as 800 something pages, so I knew it was going to be an oversized hardcover, and I just about flipped out. I was so excited because there was like so much doubt that we would see these this gap collected as an oversized hardcover. So this was one of those 2 gaps that we were worried about. And what this volume collects is all the issues of Uncanny X-Men, X-Factor, and New Mutants, as well as a couple other things that happened between the Fall of the Mutants and Inferno crossovers. The other gap that's still remaining is the same, 3 series, the issues of those 3 series that happened between Mutant Massacre and Fall of the Mutants. So now, on top of waiting for Omnibus Volume 3 and 4, we're all us Claremont collectors are hoping that there's going to be a Mutant Massacre Aftermath or a Fall of the Mutants prologue to go between those 2 books that's going to be similar to this. Hopefully it happens. Hopefully. I will give my left lung, not really, but I would be very thankful if and when it does happen. So anyway, I've talked enough about how excited I am for this volume, why I'm excited. The book itself, it's great looking. It looks just as good as any of Marvel's other oversized event hardcovers for the X-Men. It's going to look great on the shelf. It has the same cover design as Inferno does, so if you are fortunate enough to have the Inferno hardcover, this is going to look excellent next to that. And if you have the Inferno crossovers hardcover, then it's going to be a nice 3-volume set. So this one itself collects X-Factor 27 through 32 and Annual number 3. Uncanny X-Men 228 through 238, New Mutants 62 through 70, and Annual number 4, X-Men Annual 12, and material from Marvel Age Annual 4 and Marvel Fanfare number 40. So there's plenty of material in here, plenty of stuff from plenty of different creative teams that we're all going to enjoy, and I'm happy to add this to my collection because that means that I am, and we all are, one step closer to having oversized hardcover collections of the entire Claremont Uncanny X-Men run. So yeah. So 3 really awesome volumes for today. I made a long video. I'm sorry. I wanted this to be shorter, but I was too excited about Inferno Prologue. So thanks for watching. Sorry I'm not up, feeling great today. but hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. I'm gonna try and get some reading done this weekend since I have a couple days off and I don't have to be at work for a while, or maybe get some TV watched. In the meantime, y'all stay cool. You know, keep sending me questions and I'll answer them the best of my abilities over at the www.theomnibuscollector.tumblr.com. Website is around the corner. I know I've said that several times, but we're still working out a couple kinks in something that's happening right now, and so I'm moving forward with that at, I guess, kind of a snail's pace. But I'm kind of thinking that I want it to be um, the inaugural event for 2015. So yeah, so look out for, hopefully tomorrow I'll feel better, and I'll do a omnibus of the week for something that a lot of people have been asking for, and then hopefully I'll be able to put out another one really soon after that, because I do have a really nice work schedule going on, and with school ending I have more free time. In the meantime, like I said, y'all stay cool. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you've been watching my videos and you dig them. Subscribe, it's really awesome. Speaking of subscribing, I haven't mentioned this anywhere yet. I was at work the other night and my sister texted me and just said, "Hey, congratulations on over 1,000 subscribers." I had no idea, so I checked it out, and sure enough, we've passed 1,000, and that's really awesome. There's a lot of people who've been at this longer than me who haven't gotten that many subscribers, and so looking at it, you know, it makes me feel really good because it shows me that there's a lot of people who really appreciate the content that I'm putting out, and it's really awesome to get that from y'all. So thank you so much. It means a ton to me. And I had this whole thing planned out where I was gonna make a video where I was looking all classy and like I was gonna pop some champagne and be like, you know, 1,000 subscribers. Maybe I'll do that later. I don't know. But yeah, 1,000. That's really awesome. So, you know, here's to 1,000 more. So keep subscribing, keep watching, keep liking, keep commenting, keep doing all that stuff. And I'm going to do my best to answer all questions and reply to all comments and all that good stuff. And I don't know, keep being cool. I've said that enough. But y'all are super cool, so that's why I say it. And I guess I'll see y'all next time. This video was longer than I wanted it to be, but you know, that's all good. Thanks for watching, guys.